Yo, what up, YouTube? Yo, today we got characters who deserve revenge by Waves. After this is a lot of characters that I presume that deserve revenge. Like for the people that I saw on the thumbnail, you got people like Kratos and you got people like Shadow the Hedgehog. Those are just the two I can remember top of my head. It was a third person, but anyway, my bad, y'all. But anyway, if you guys haven't done so already, I need y'all to do me a few things. I need y'all to like the video, comment down below what you're gonna see me react to next, and your thoughts and opinions. Turn on post notification bell so you never miss when I upload a video, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Now let's get straight into it, man.
You know, I consider myself a really nice person. I mean, I'm probably one of the last few people to ever really get angry at anybody or any situation I've ever been in. I'm low-key chill most of the time. Whether it was something that really looked like it took the piss out of me, an embarrassing moment that got everyone and their mom laughing at me, potentially ruining my self-esteem forever, or worst case scenario, I get the wrong order at my local fast food restaurant and it's vegan. Okay, so I might crash out a little bit. The point is that in most issues I've ever faced in my life, the worst reaction I've ever had toward most of them is just laughing my ass off, because I think 99% of life's problems are funny. Maybe it's just my coping mechanism, but I couldn't care less about the bad things I've gone through, because one minute I could be deep in how bad it was, beating my head about it, and then the next, I'm watching Kitchen Nightmares and laughing my ass off at Gordon crashing out. It's hilarious. Yeah, and I know like I come up as some guy who sounds like he gets mad all the time, rages out, and breaks everything inside like he's the Hulk, but trust me, I am as peaceful and as tranquil as a monk in Tibet. I am truly blessed enough to call myself a chill person. But I'm not gonna be today though. You know me, man. I'm about to break the whole set. It was time to be chill. Forget that, man. You see me, I go crazy on this thing. If a guy messes up my order at my local chicken shop, best believe I'm gonna go straight home, run upstairs, and start writing his name in the death note like crazy. Me and Light, we share the same mindset. Sorry guys, don't mess around when it comes to that fried chicken. I'm not to be messed with. I'm not playing these games. But I digress. Revenge is the greatest achievement one can have. To seek vengeance against those who persecute you tastes sweeter than the fruit of the highest heavens. Better than ice cream at the best ice cream parlor. More flavorsome than that Popeye's fried chicken. I ordered some a couple of days ago. I love it. And I'm here today to speak about some characters that truly deserve revenge against anyone who did them wrong in their life, because it was really the right thing for them to do. So without any more yapping, let's get into it, man.
Listen, paying $14.99
dang, bro, an ad already? The video just started.
And $12.99 for a fitness app, and
Shadow the Hedgehog, by far, is one of the coldest side characters of all time. I mean, he's like Sonic, but edgier, and he's got a gun. He's tough. Ever since I was a kid, I loved Sonic growing up. And what made me more attached to the franchise than the blue blur himself was this man right here, Shadow the Hedgehog. And in my opinion, he's probably the best written character in the whole of Sonic, low-key. Most of these guys don't really have concrete backstories, besides Knuckles being part of a tribe whose mission is to guard the Master Emerald, or you know, you have people like Tails and Amy who basically just bum ride Sonic. There's no lot to go off here. Most of these men are just here to fill up the roster and just get more characters in. But Shadow ain't like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I really
most of these men are just here to fill up the roster and just get more.
Like, I don't know why, but in this show right here, Sonic Boom, I really liked her character. I really did. I forget what her name was, but I don't know, I just really enjoyed her character. But I mean, there's probably a lot of people out there that did not like her, but I liked her. I enjoyed her character.
More characters in. But Shadow ain't like that. He went through some messed up shit in his life, to the point where if you look at it from an objective standpoint, he should have blown up the earth, man. What are we talking about here? These guys were dickheads to him. If you're unfamiliar with Shadow's past and why I said that, let me give you the rundown real quick. Shadow the Hedgehog was created by Dr. Gerald Robotnik, Eggman's granddad, who worked alongside a government agency named Gun. Stupid ass name, to run a project nicknamed Project Shadow. It where Gun's sole objective to this matter was to create a being nicknamed the Ultimate Life Form for their own selfish reasons. You know the government, man, they're evil. Whereas Gerald agreed to do this under the influence that he could heal his granddaughter, Maria, of her terminal illness by using Project Shadow. Now, before Gerald eventually creates the GOAT himself, he had a prototype before him that failed miserably, where he tried to use a lizard in his experiment to create the ultimate life form, and it just became this guy. Gerald's first attempt was by creating the Biolysm, which is also the final boss of Sonic Adventure 2, and he's Shadow's half-brother. Shadow Shadow kills his family, man. That's diabolical.
That's crazy.
With the biolizard being seen as a failed experiment, Gerald was disheartened. He was upset at the fact that these failed attempts weren't bringing him any closer to finding a cure for Maria, which was his goal in the first place, sending Gerald into doing some more investigations and digging into chaos energy in general. Now this, my friends, is where it gets a little bit techie, because what I'm about to share with you, man, right now, I'm pretty sure isn't canon, but it makes way too much sense as to why Shadow is a hedgehog in the first place. It's too much of a coincidence. With Gerald looking into chaos energy more, he finds himself going to Angel Island to investigate the Master Emerald and the 7 Chaos Emeralds, with him eventually stumbling across a palace, and in the palace was a mural. And the mural was of Supersonic being a giant robot. And this made sense. He sees an overpowered hedgehog on a mural in an ancient temple. Boom! He now has the template to make Shadow a hedgehog. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
But even with this new revelation Gerald made, something was still missing. Even though he now has the template and the chaos knowledge on how to make the ultimate life form, he still didn't have the right DNA to make it work. Otherwise, he might have just got a repeat of the bio lizard. And that lizard is literally on life support. It's cooked. And this, my people, is where one of the greatest Sonic villains makes his appearance. Black Doom. He strikes a deal with Gerald where he's like,
I bet I'ma give you my blood, but in 50 years time, I'm coming back to take over Earth. I'm talking about some huge scale invasion type shit. I'm coming to kill all the people on this planet, like I'm definitely gonna kill your family too. And I need them Chaos Emeralds. They look tough as hell, man.
and even after hearing all of that, Gerald is just like, cool, and agrees to it. He don't even give a crap that he just signed the Earth away. He just needs his blood real quick. He's
Nah, that's
mental.
crazy.
So with this deal being finalized, Gerald puts all his knowledge, craft, resources, and new DNA into creating the GOAT himself. And Shadow the Hedgehog is born, the ultimate life form, the coldest Sonic character there is. I mean, look at him boxing with Emerald. He was working him here. And with
Yeah,
Shadow
Shadow's
being born
hard.
into the world,
Shadow's my favorite
the government did not like this shit at all. The second
What?
they found out that he was part alien, and it was over. They became racist. They were like, he's part what? Alien? Alien? No. Blow up the station. Kill everyone in the research facility. And the move, burn the alien now. So with that being said, the gun agency get into the space station where Shadow was at and bomb rush the station. They start lighting up everything in there, kill a bunch of workers, shooting everything. They're going crazy. Everyone's panicking. And then
Nah,
Shadow is
that's
dragging
crazy.
Maria to one of the escape pods to try and save her life. Boom. Maria gets caught in the crossfire, ultimately sacrificing herself
bruh.
to send Shadow in an escape pod to Earth. And Maria was like a sister to Shadow. He grew up with her, made him feel like he was at home and wasn't just a weapon made for the government's sake. That's the messed up part about it. They were bare close with each other and she humanized him in a way. And these guys killed a kid. I'm not gonna lie though, the way the Sonic fanbase acted around this was hilarious.
Dang, that's wild. They actually basically that's crazy.
So when Shadow gets yeeted to Earth, Gun pick him up, throw him in some next up offsite base somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and just shield the guy for until college. Then 50 years later, Sonic Adventure 2 happens. Eggman breaks him out, he does a bunch of criminal shit, Sonic gets racially profiled by the feds, he gets put in jail, Shadow and Eggman plot to destroy the Earth, Sonic and the Man-Them get to the space colony Ark to fight Eggman,
Yeah.
Shadow, and Rouge. Shadow gets in a
I never played this game because I missed out on it, but I did play a lot of the other Sonic games. But
epiphany and becomes a good guy, and then he sacrifices himself at the end of the game, using up all his energy to save the Earth from the Eclipse cannon, leading to him plummeting to his own death. And this was so sad, bro. This shit broke my heart as a kid, man. I used to be crying over it. And then he came back right after that in Heroes. But throughout the series after this, Shadow just comes off as more of an anti-hero than a villain. He goes about doing a bunch of freelance work, helping out people. Even eventually working for Gun. How are you working for them? They killed your sister. What are you doing? Shadow has one of the biggest passes I've ever seen for me to think this guy should finesse everyone. He got messed over by the government. They killed his sister and threw his dad in jail. He lost his memories. He had to get the Chaos Emeralds and fight Black Doom on his ones to save everyone. Even though the government and other people like Eggman still weren't messing with him at the same time and were also being enemies to him. They were taking the piss. His moral complex needs to be studied. Real talk. Shadow should say F the
Yeah, for
Awaken
sure.
to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
nah.
Whoa, there's a cutscene in Shadow Generations where he's racing Sonic and he's about to literally take his
I gotta play that game. I really need to play that game. I played the original Sonic Generations. That came out years ago, but I want this game, but I just never got a chance to play it. I'm gonna definitely play it.
life right here with his new powers, and he's better than me. Otherwise, I would have deleted this guy off the planet, man. I don't play with that shit. Like Timon once said, when the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world. All in all though, I'm happy my boy decided to become a good guy. He's the GOAT, man. Now in my comments lately,
What the
I've been also a
what
lot of
was
times to
that,
bring
bro?
up Kratos in a reasonable Crash Outs video. So I decided to put Kratos in this video since he matches up with the title perfectly. Also, if you're a fan of me, this is basically Reasonable Crash Out 6. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Kratos from his time in Greece has to have some of the most deserved vengeance plots I've ever seen to date. I mean, some things he did were mad questionable and definitely weren't right, but the majority of what Kratos went through for his time serving the gods and then throwing him into a bunch of bullshit is a perfect excuse for his get back. From the minute he started serving Ares, forming a pact between them, which enslaved Kratos into doing a bunch of shady shit for him, with Ares eventually betraying this man by manipulating him into murdering his wife and child, which is already enough for him to crash out. But we're not even done here. Then he kept working for the gods for another 10 years to get rid of the nightmares he had about slaughtering his own family, with the gods even saying themselves, if you kill Ares, we'll forgive you and get rid of all your past sins, which I'm guessing Kratos is assuming they get rid of his nightmares too. Plus, he began revenge against Ares, and that's all the guy wanted at the time, with the only method at the time to defeat Ares being to use Pandora's box. And as soon as Kratos got the box and started to open it, Ares just dashes a whole beam at him like his darts and finishes the man. He got deleted. Then he got sent to hell and had to escape it, with it ending in him reaching the box and acquiring the power to finish Ares off, and he took his place as the god of war. But the Pantheon, they didn't like him. No one rated him as the ghost of Sparta, so he was out here doing his own thing, eventually leading to him and Athena to start scrapping, with Zeus helping out Kratos by throwing him the Blade of Olympus so he can defeat Athena's giant. But there was a twist here. This bitch-ass Zeus betrayed Kratos. He gave him the Blade of Olympus so he could pour all his new godlike power into it, so he would be drained of it, making him mortal again, just so Zeus could come in and kill Kratos, sending him back to the underworld again. And I know he was mad here. That's a piss take. The guy was literally just there. And you want to know why Zeus even killed Kratos to begin with? It's because there was a prophecy said that Zeus would die at the hands of a marked mortal, as part of a cycle he was in, that his son would overthrow him. And at the time of when this idea even came to light for Zeus, he sent Athena and Ares down to kidnap Kratos' brother Deimos, who wasn't even the right guy, and he tortured him for years until Kratos came to save him, and then in like 15 minutes, he died! And that's because of Zeus, bro. The guy's a bitch. So when Kratos gets dashed into
that's
the
crazy.
underworld, he links
I
up
never-
with Gaia,
I never played this game either. I'm gonna play it eventually. Let me know if you guys would like to see that.
mother of all titans, who helps him get back to the surface so we can go back in time to kill Zeus after what he did to him and Deimos, with Kratos returning to the exact moment he was killed, and as he's about to finish off Zeus with the Blade of Olympus, Athena human shields and gets shanked. She's crazy, and she starts telling Kratos with her last dying breath about how Zeus is Olympus, and if Kratos kills him, the world will be destroyed. And she starts pleading to him to not kill their own father. Yes, their father, because Kratos is also the son of Zeus, and no son should kill their own father. Boring! So with Zeus pissing him off even more, Kratos works alongside the Titans to blood clot destroy the entire Pantheon. Look at these lineup of bozos. Look at these bitch asses, bro. We got this waste man Poseidon summoning whole seahorses, Hades with his stinking breath, Helios' ugly ass, Hercules, he was just chatting a bunch of shit and got murked. They all suck because no god in Greek mythology is a match for the powers and the abilities of the button mashing of the circle button at the bottom right corner. It's unbeatable. Gaia
that's
also
crazy.
betrays Kratos like the bum she is, but it didn't matter because
What?
Kratos still ended up making his way to Zeus to run the fade with him, eventually leading him to eviscerate Zeus by shanking him and Gaia's heart at the same time, and even
Nah,
pummeling
that's
Zeus
crazy.
like Invincible did against Angstrom. It was crazy. But as sweet as his revenge was, Olympus became beyond repair, bruv. It was done. It basically
Yeah.
started looking like Detroit. It was
Yeah,
terrible.
for
And with
sure.
Athena's ghost wanting to use the power Kratos gained from Pandora's box again to become the ruler of a new world, Kratos takes himself out with the Blade of Olympus and gets rid of the power Athena's selfish ass wanted for herself, which ended the ghost of Sparta's time in Greece. And when we get to Norse mythology, Kratos ain't done nothing wrong, man. This guy wanted to live in his shack in the middle of nowhere with his son in peace. But why is it that with him wanting to do something as simple as that, someone has to try him every couple of months? Like this guy
Yeah.
Boulder, just appearing at his house in the middle of nowhere.
Bro, this fight right here was amazing, bro. I had so much fun playing this game.
Begging for the one-on-one, or Magni and Moldy really trying him just for Moldy to start running away, fleeing the fight like this is Pokemon. He's garbage, just to later get mugged by Atreus. And Thor, I actually liked Thor, I'm not gonna lie. I thought his fights were amazing, especially this part. It was too hype, man, too hype. But as for the rest of the gods he's fought, Odin, Heimdall, whose foresight and weaving meant absolutely nothing to him, and anyone else, they suck. You should have all jumped Kratos when you had the chance instead of just aura farming. What's wrong with you, man, here? What went through your heads when you heard the nickname Ghost of Sparta? Or even when you first found out what Kratos did? You might should have known your place real quick. Kratos literally lost all his family, took revenge against the gods who ruined his life, then tried to turn a new leaf just for more people to try and mess with him. I want the gods, man, they're terrible. Now with the weekly release of JJK,
I gotta get back on this. I got to. I keep procrastinating and I gotta get back on it.
season 3 so far, it's been fire recently, man. It's been going crazy. I know that Mappa animators are tired as hell, slaving away 24/7, working their asses off to make sure those episodes are fire. And they haven't disappointed yet. They delivered every single time. I mean, this one scene alone with Yuji and Hikari is better than the whole of One Punch Man season 3. But I'm getting off topic here. Itadori's whole bug out on Mahito at the end of the Shibuya arc was like one of the most sad.
Should I really be watching this? I might get. You know what? I don't care about being spoiled.
Satisfying things I've ever seen in my life. Cause Lord knows I hate this guy, bro. His breath stinks, man. He's annoying, stupid. I just can't stand him. This guy just looked like he was a widow from Jump. I've always been suspicious of the guy from his weird ass curse technique, modifying and turning himself and people into a bunch of weird shit. Him rage baiting and finding most shit funny, or even just the stitches across his face, making him look like something out of a horror movie. I just never liked him. From the moment Mahito did what I thought was the impossible by killing Junpei, who I thought would have survived until the end of the series.
I'm not gonna lie, when he killed Junpei, that joint pissed me off, kinda. Like, what? Like, y'all play with this dude and then you just murk, bro.
Because he was in the damn opening. And when he turned him into this King K. Rool lookalike, I was just like, wait. Ew, man, he's ugly. One Mahito, man. I hate this guy from the start of the show to Shibuya, where this bitch has killed one of the greatest characters in the whole show, Nanami. And this guy was so fire.
No, I got spoiled. What? I don't know. What am I talking about, bro? I'm stupid. I literally just said. I quite literally just said, yo, I don't care about being spoiled.
Technique with the whole ratio.
I mean, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna forget about it anyway.
Bullshit, which is short. Basically, let the guy hit crits on people like this was one game. Was such.
This season, you've got places to go, people to see,
Sorry for the
and
edge,
things to
yo.
do. You may have already gotten vaccinated for.
Just sick power. I mean, he was definitely gonna die anyway. Half his body was burned off. But why did Mahito have to kill him? He's terrible. And then he packed off Nobara as well. He's a bitch. And look at how he had my boy Yuji deep in his life. He looks like me when I see a math paper. It's just that everything wasn't that serious to him, and he's just a serial rage baiter. He's the piss take. So to see Todo and Itadori just jump this bug, Todo losing his hand and still beating his ass, still using Boogie Woogie to switch with Itadori, so he just bang him in the face with a black flash. It made me so happy, bro. I'm just a Mahito hater. And that fight was elite. When Mahito went into that whole new form and they started scrapping like crazy with Itadori hitting that beautifully animated 10 out of 10 black flash, it was phenomenal. And seeing this guy just make him look like a cornball getting his revenge.
That fight looked fire.
Talking to him in a menacing manner, in eerie and threatening tone. And when he just says, I'm gonna kill you, bro. Well, you come back, I'm gonna kill you again. You can change your name, appearance, passport, I don't care. I'm gonna kill you again. And then he just kept going on and on about how he just end the life of any curse until his life is over. He channeled his inner Kendrick, leading to Mahito to just run in fear, and Itadori just started walking him down, slowly gaining on him, and this guy just started crying like a baby, proper weeping like he hasn't ate in a week.
Bro, you crying like a baby and you whimpering like a... But you just did all this crazy stuff, turning all these people I know and cared about, and these crazy, weird, creepy monster things and killing them, and you talking about some pleas and you crying like, what? Nah, bruh. Too late for crying now.
And it was the perfect revenge until he reached Geto, and then he just absorbed him and now he's gone. Itadori had all the right to get back at this man. He's been doing this shit since season 1. Baiting him, mocking him, taking the piss, and just being mad passive aggressive through the whole series. And I thought it was kind of dope to see Itadori go from some cool, chill, fun-loving guy to a menace for like 5 seconds. And Mahito? Fuck this guy, man. Screw him. Also, Jujutsu Kaisen has to be the worst anime universe to ever live in. It's horrible there. And if you ever go to Japan, you will die. But I'm gonna save yapping about that for another time. But these are all the characters I wanted to mention for today. If you, man, got any more people you think were right to get their get back, let me know in the comments down below, my people. I love you guys. I appreciate
Alright, bro, dope video by that boy Waves. Another good one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you already know what y'all gotta do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn on post notification bell so you never miss an upload. Let me know what y'all thought about this down below. And yeah, it's been your boy Arjun. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Deuces.